On the first 3 are banned, and the Varus is seen as the next tier list AD carry. So another team might have first picked Varus, but certainly not Kingzone. And hey, look who's back! It's Jace for Khan. This is a classic, and it's also with Cuz in the lineup, maybe on Kha'Zix, but we know he largely does path around topside. We hope to come away from this series with the answer to the question, how will Kingzone integrate BDD, Khan, and Peanut? We only got a single game of inaction, but we know all about this pick, Valdez.
I mean, it's his pick, right? When you think of Jace, you think of Khan. When you think of Khan, you think of Jace, vice versa. This is going to be hard for Prey now because they definitely can target out some more AD carry bans, but I feel like Kingzone made this happen, right? They take the Rise, they expect the Gnar to be taken, and they're like, okay, we're just going to go ahead and counter you with the Jace, rather, up in the top lane. And it's really putting a lot of pressure on Keen. He has to perform against Khan, or else it's going to be a kind of embarrassing 2 games for him.
It's also a min-max for the side of Kingzone because, hey, Khan has had that shorter LCK career. Give him his champion, whereas Prey has been around forever, been through every single meta as an AD carry. You ban all these AD carries out, who's to say he just doesn't lock in Ashe and do his Ashe arrows like no one else can? So if you're thinking about who can absorb bans the best, Prey you'd certainly take over the side of Khan, and you get the good laning matchup into Gnar for the Jace. So it's even better when you get Jace in a good matchup because this man certainly can just have a field day in top.
Very much agree. I mean, even if you go ahead and ban Xayah, right? There's another pick we've been seeing a lot at Sivir. He can go ahead and pick that. If he
day against low armor Janna in the poke wars. Bit of a strange one to me. Tahm Kench wasn't exactly massive either. I think Taric could have been considered, but maybe they're just worried about team fights being kited out. So they've gone for Janna. Good in the lane against Braum, it should be mentioned, but in the team fight phase, it's still going to be Janna. It's still going to have some power, but it's not the sort of game where Janna just undoes what a blue side draft has chosen. For a last pick support, I was kind of expecting more.
And nowadays, we were talking about that bottom lane. It's not really like you're trying to overpower and win the bottom lane with big action, right? You're kind of sitting back and farming, so it's really about what can Janna do late and mid-game, and that's where we're kind of hitting a brick wall and getting a bit confused with the pick. But maybe Tushin can prove us wrong and perhaps even do some plays with that Janna.
Certainly not a pick without merit, just as a last pick support. If you're going to last pick something usually like, this is the ace in our sleeve, I'm just not seeing it leap off the page. I'm ready to be convinced. Kingzone would love a 2-0, especially against Africa. That started strongly. We're a bit surprised to see Cuz starting, but it still might be decent. Spirit, ho-ho!
Sitting on a ward, he's got a stopwatch of his own, but Cuz, look at him, he's got his own flash. That'll be first blood with a nice Q. He has his stopwatch as well, but he is incredibly low. Can he get away from this one? Khan is coming in, missing the boomerang, and the last auto is not going to take him down. Now it's Khan versus Keen, 1v1. He's got his ultimate up, he's going to hit the stun, but here comes Cuz. Coming back in. Oh, but he goes a little bit too deep, eats the tower shot.
Body system might cost them here.
He's going to try to, not sure what that was, but here's another flash going on in here, aiming, taking a little bit too much damage because he is back. He's got his jump on in, and a TP will come in from the Gnar, I believe, coming from behind, but that is a second kill onto the Janna. Now it's 4v1, and this is very fast, getting out of control here. Will they go for another kill? 4 members coming on in. He misses that Q onto Spirit. Does Gorilla, but a bit of a botch of a gank there, and Afrika getting caught out means that a couple kills go over to them as well.
Has snowballed in a way we haven't seen since last year, and stealing away a red buff isn't going to stop it.
Oh, okay, Spirit. He's going on in. He does have the help of Kuro here now, but look at Cuz coming on in before the Keen. They're going to burst down Spirit before anything, and Kuro's damage is going to do something, but not before he goes down. Double kill going over to Cuz. Will be taken out by Keen, though, on the back end of it. So a 2-for-2, a rumble in the jungle so far.
Yeah, very, very bloody. In the end, Afrika trading evenly with how far behind they were in terms of map pressure is not bad, but it doesn't really get them any more control in their red side jungle. You're still going to have Jace return. Speaking of ganks.
Yeah, speaking of engaging here, we get behind the bottom lane. Tushin is going to disappear, and here comes Khan even with his own teleport. Going to pick up the Varus. Braum able to knock up Spirit in the back, and Lee Sin looking more useless than ever, not getting there in time. Not that he could have done much. That's another 2 kills on the board now for Kingzone. And this is what the fans wanted to see, right? They wanted the aggression, they wanted the action, and finally we're getting it out of Kingzone, already very far ahead at only 17 minutes into the game.
Frontline. Speaking of frontline, Gorilla tries to interrupt Spirit.
Okay, you can see Gorilla in the front lines, but he needs some help. He's going to get a nice 4-man ultimate. Here comes BDD over the wall, and Khan is jumping in. Will pick up the kill on the Spirit, but here comes Kuro. That's going to be BDD, though, getting away with a perfectly timed stopwatch and the Realm Orb. Now they're turning it around. Khan up in the front line with BDD is going to take out another member. They're looking to turn this around now. Cuz still at full health is going to take out one, gets the Varus, and the rest of them running with their tail between their legs. Kingzone, man, they are out of control in this game.
Their synergy is so on point. The ability to turn, know how tanky they are, make every little spell matter. They're going to turn back onto the Baron. We're going to see the replay. We could use the picture-in-picture here, SpoTV, but we'll watch the replay. Thank you very much.
They're listening.
Some nice little plays there. Gorilla staying alive. Baron down to 380. Apparently we had no smite there. Never mind, didn't need one. No John of Steel. The stopwatch is still there for the ability to get out.
Perfect timing, too.
And Keen thinks he's going to turn on to Prey, but everyone does a lot of damage. Your item build is a bit anemic. And from there, it's just too easy for Kingzone.
Yeah. Gorilla, really got to shout out him as well, even though he wasn't the one doing the damage, right? He delayed it, he lined them up, he got a big ultimate, and then later on, he just blocked so much damage with that Unbreakable, just leading the charge along with Cuz in the front line, so.
I had the chance to ask Gorilla about support picks after their loss last week, and I said, you know, were there any real takeaways from you after the loss to KSV? He said, look, I knew tank supports are really strong, hypercarry tank is what we expected for this meta, but specifically Braum from Core JJ really surprised him. 2 games there, he said, I realized that I undervalued Braum and that Braum was much better than I appreciated.
Push that one in.
Prey doesn't really do any damage to Keen, it should be noted, because Keen at the very early Bramble Vest into the Thorn Mail, so watch this ultimate. Yep, does about 200 damage. Boom. No Last Whisper yet for Prey. Just wants to be auto-attacking the turret, but has to respect Keen's Narbar.
Yep, there it is, okay. Corruption is gonna come forward, but no real follow-up here. As Keen was a little bit late on that R, misses his ultimate entirely, but now here comes Azir in the front, and Varus getting a lot of damage done. Perhaps Kingzone went a little bit too far this time around. Make that 2 kills as both Caitlyn and Jace go down. But Rise very calmly pushing in the bottom lane.
And it was smart from Afrika to collapse when they did. Semi-global is not full global, so BDD was not able. BDD, remember, can push up, and then there's no ability for Keen to interrupt him through the Realm Warp, so they do pick up the inhibitor. It's looking a bit kind of hasty because Kingzone are trying to skip over some of the things you're supposed to do in these scenarios and take...
Run up in here, and good respect out of Afrika to just, like, get out of dodge, not anywhere near there. Now we got Super Minion knocking on those Nexus turrets, and Kingzone might make another play towards Baron.
They were able to draw the teleport out of Keen, so Keen is now clearing out the Super Minions pushing in. They know he can't be there for the near future. Does make Baron safer, and that's why they're right back on.
Yeah, Keen not the fastest on the Gnar at clearing the minions, the Super Minions, but you can see Spirit is the only hope, but he might just get popped, and down he does go right after that Baron gets staked out by Cuz. So Spirit trying to be the hero, not much that he can do. A stomach when it really was all just the Kingzone show here.
I mean, let's be real, bot lane, this was a 2-lane game. This was played in top lane and mid. Bot lane was not relevant to this Kingzone victory.
Yeah. So down do go the 2 Nexus turrets. BDD trying to chunk down the Gnar in the front side is going to zone his early. Keen missing that ultimate, but here comes Cuz trying to burst him down. There's that lethality. Down goes Spirit, and down goes the Nexus to secure the 2-0 victory for Kingzone Dragon X.
Big cheers from the crowd. Kingzone, oh so popular here in Korea and around the world. Cuz comes into the lineup, they look even better. Bit of a selection nightmare given that Kingzone do play 3 best-of-3s this week. Maybe you just go for this plan of start one of them, bring in the second one regardless of result, and just give them time. Khan coming in was a really big upgrade for them. Rascal had a good series on his debut, but